Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We're going to jump into a Crimson Vow Premier Draft after chatting with chat about what to do here. And we were talking about the format a little bit, and I was like, I might as well get YouTube in on this. And just mentioned that it was mentioned that like one of the issues with the format is how a lot of the bombs and a lot of the best removal are concentrated in black. So it can feel like if you're not in black, you're passing up on the chances to open the lucky rare bombs in 2 and 3, or maybe even get them past because your neighbors aren't in black, but also to jump on, and this is the thing for me, the removal, especially Bleed Dry, and especially Hero's Downfall at Uncommon. That pairing of removal is so far and above everything else going on in the other color. I guess there's a Braid, but the trouble is a lot of these bombs that we're trying to get rid of, a Braid doesn't deal with. So in terms of managing the format's bombs, what are you doing at low rarity besides Bleed Dry and Hero's Downfall that's particularly effective? Counter them, sure. David just says get blue and counters, although, you know, that is nice if you have it ready. It's also nice to be able to draw something that can handle those bombs in the window when you have them. I know you're winking. You're not even saying it's the same thing. But seriously, I mean, it is the question, like, maybe we should be prioritizing that blue mana leak counterspell or whatever, 3 mana, because it does stop a 7-drop demon. Yeah, the white instant destroying an attacker, if that's what we're talking about, sure. But a lot of these bombs have done, you know, again, if the demon is our poster child, the 7-drop 6/6 demon, you don't have time to wait for it to attack, right? So anyway, the understanding what tools you have to manage the bombs is important, as just about as important as hoping to find some bombs. But sometimes you don't get either one. And that's what's really tough about the format, and that's what feels so disheartening. It's when you've spent all draft with this in mind, looking out for the removal, failing to find it, right? Like, well, I got some interaction, but not really the good stuff. Oh, well. And then you immediately face one of those cards, and you're like, you know, I tried. I really knew that was coming, and I tried, and it just wasn't there, which is the double whammy here. I think this format would be much more well-received if there was more removal that could handle the bombs outside of black. But that's also somewhat of a color pair issue, a color pie issue. It's tough to give non-black colors the means to deal with a 6 toughness creature at 5 mana. You know, that costs 5+ mana at a reasonable rate. So anyway, there's a lot of factors at play here, but we're going to get at play here soon enough. And if you want to get at play on your kitchen table, I recommend checking out my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They're going to sell you all the busted cardboard you could ever hope for to render all of your opponent's decisions completely irrelevant, past and future, with the resolution of one busted spell. Get them all at cardkingdom.com via my affiliate links. Let them know you got there from here, and that helps keep me on the air, which I'm very thankful for. Thanks, Card Kingdom. Thanks, chat, for using that link. I know you do, and I appreciate it. VOW Premier, right? First thing I note about this pack is there's only, we were just talking about black, there's only one black card, and it's not particularly first pickable. It might even wheel. But yeah, to that extent, we could take the egg, and maybe we'll pick up some black and can do some exploiting. That's an interesting thing. But what's up here? Yeah, let's check the rare. Wolf Rider, 1/2 Menace. Exile 3 from your cards from your graveyard. Create. That seems good. Should we do that? I mean, I don't know. This is like planeswalker-y value on a creature, right? In the sense that it can get value every turn, but that's a huge cost. Are we really filling up our graveyard? I'll try it. Like, this is an interesting have fun with it too, but this is a rare have fun with it that I've not tried before. I'm not going to force it, but we'll start here. Right. I mean, I figure, like, it's not like when I say Planeswalker, you expect like every turn, and I get that that's not doing that. But let's say you, over the course of a turn, got 2 of these, you'd be happy with that. If somehow, if you were doing some self-mill such you get 3 of these, then you'd be really happy, right? Yeah, we'll take removal here. I have liked the Screaming Swarm in blue. I've found the Soul Cipher board to be pretty good and interesting. What else is here that's interesting? Paladin for the green-white. This is what I was talking about, like, yeah, I guess you can pace it. Like, this Fierce Retribution might have to just go up my order simply because it does have that 6 mana mode, that reach out and kill you mode. We'll take the Abrade here, but yeah, again, I'm just trying to really keep in mind how I'm winning games against stupid bombs. Oh, I was just trying to drag my pick into my deck. Sorry, Wizards. Apparently that's... I don't know how you want me to do it, Wizards. Yeah, so there you go. Even Media is like, yep, 6 mana, 6 mana, destroy target creature. I'm in. Speaking of, here it is. We could grab it. I actually had a deck that could play this the other day. I had a Blue-White Skies deck that could run this, but it still wasn't even worth it. This card's bad. Yeah, I guess I'm the one talking about the importance of all this bomb removal, so let's do it. Snarly Snarl? Wait, what am I thinking of? You're talking about this? Nah. This is Wheels. I've never been Boros in this format. Is that a thing? I think I lost to a Boros deck the other day. Well, Infantry says it might be. I mean, this is like the best card here. Oh, there's Stalker. But this Stalker's not that important. That 3 toughness that it keeps on the flip side is like whatever. You like the Minister over the Infantry? Interesting, David. I'm going to go with my Infantry gut, I think. Really? All right. Everybody's telling me Minister again. Or when you say in the deck, are you talking about Boros? All right. I'm trusting chat. I guess I'm still behind in this format because this has been annoying, yeah, but Drogskull's like a 2-for-1. Minister's the card that makes training work, but but who wants to make training work? I would rather have, like, do we want to even do that? I get Minister is, yes, it helps with the training, but I feel like you're playing it because of its just general aggro principles. Heron of Hope here? Or is there something we could take Fangs? Oh, Twin Blade's still here. There you go. That's Traveling Minister's best bud, right? I'm in for that. Yeah, Lantern Bearer seems like we could pivot into the white deck, or the white-blue. But what do we like here? Rescue? Here, this is where we were... I was disappointed when I tried this card. Yeah, I kind of like... I mean, this... If we play 0 to 1 of these, I haven't liked the Pig either, is the thing. This card is really underperformed. Fragile Pig, 1/1 card. Yeah. Well, where are we at on imprisonment, given the need for, quote, removal? The trouble is, it doesn't seem, it's not the removal, it's not doing what I want, right? It's not handling that demon. That being said, it's pick 8 and it is removal. All right, here we go. This is an interesting question because I was actually thinking about this card this morning. Do we take it, like people asking me where I'm at Epicure, and where I'm at is that I really like it when you're heavy blood, but I'm uncertain where it fits outside a deck that's looking to make more blood beyond the Epicure. So looks like, so I'm going to take it and we'll talk about it, but I don't understand its role in this as much as I do understand it in the blood-oriented decks. Oh, yeah, sorry, I should have taken the uncommon, but I kind of got my blinders on with green. But yeah, we could have taken the uncommon there. This seems fine, though. Really, I'm just taking white cards. Now I'll take a green card. Although this, if we're in blue, not the worst either. I don't have any blue cards yet, though. We could still end up in blue. I won't. It's not going to be some tragedy that we don't have that 2-drop. Well. Is this fixed yet? We got Distracting Geist at uncommon, and this infantry I still like, but I think this is good enough to take, right? This has been, if we're aggro, it can be oppressive. Yeah, I've come up on Arm the Cathars. I didn't like it at first because it's kind of a not quite an overrun one-shot that, like, if you're not really closing the game out with this, what are you doing? But you can really close the game out with this, even if you don't win it that turn. I think I'm going to take the Geist, though. Maybe that white seems open enough and that Alm's underappreciated enough meta that we might even wheel it. I'm not counting on it, but it's on the table. Well, here you go. So now we take this and we pivot, huh? So now I'm punished for kind of glossing over that gold uncommon, right? Too bad. Yeah, it was just bad drafting on my part to kind of tune out green as though it weren't a possible color. Somehow my mind locked in away from Selesnya as even a possibility at that point, and I really just didn't even see the card. So that's a bummer, but not a bummer to have a reason to be bummed, which is to say we found a bomb in green-white. Valorous Stance. I'm going to take it. This is a Beat the Demon card. Leave 2 mana open. They spend their 7 thinking it's coast is clear, and you pick it off with a stance. Yeah. I love how, like, all my picks are, how does this fare against the 7-drop demon? Ooh, good. We'll keep it. Griff Rider, Lacerate Flesh. We're trying to be green, though. Kind of just like a 2-drop or a 3-drop here. Wolf or Rider. Rider's been underwhelming, but at least in green, it has. I can envision it becoming a 4-power creature. Like my problem with this in like the white-blue decks that I've been playing a lot of flyers in is that most of my flyers are at maximum 3 power. And so this gets trained once, and then it's kind of stuck at 3/2. But if we can get some green beef, this could actually get bigger. So I'm going to take it also because there's not much else going on here other than that wolf. But I'm just calling it out because I don't love this card. I've come way down on it and way down on the training mechanic. But at least in green-white, it's got some more potential going on. Yeah, knife. I'd like to pick up a knife, but I don't think I don't mind passing it there. And we'll take the strike here over a stalker. If we can pick up some death touch, this becomes a 3-mana answer to the demon before it gets you. I think we're probably not even splashing here, and we're going to cut the... I really kind of just want to see... maybe somebody play me with a deck where they played Epicure, where blood wasn't really a thing. Give me your... Let's play your draft deck where you're running this, and you don't really care about blood synergies at all. This is really just adding a rummage to your deck. I'm curious. Well, we could hedge on the red we have, but we could just take Militia, Rallier... We're looking for creatures here. You know, we want to cast That's not true though, Media. Come on. Say true things. I get what you're saying. The second thing you said, it's just good, is a thing you can say. Yes, I agree. It's just good to have a blood token. But stop telling me that there's not blood synergies in the set. That's not true. Stop saying that, or I'm going to mute you again. That's pretty much a true thing. I agree that Epstein didn't kill himself. That man was going to make a bunch of billionaires upset. If you're about to make a bunch of billionaires upset... Anyway, we'll take none of these. Explain to me what... You're asking me to explain what blood synergies are in the set? How about Sanguine Statuette? Like, I don't understand. Like, why are we having such trouble? Hey, let's get on the same page, Media. Look, we're happy. It did wheel. And the infantry is here too. Wow. But I don't understand why you're telling me that blood doesn't have synergies. I hear you that you don't think those synergies are important to the value of blood tokens, but stop saying there's not blood synergies in the set. Gosh, we might splash red. I don't know. I hate that tapper. Maybe I should have taken it, but here, a knife coming back around is great. I don't think we're splashing. Are we playing 2 knives? I don't know what else we're taking, so I took it. But, like, red is open, too. I don't know if we can do that. I'll hold it for now as we look at what else is even in here. We can probably take it. The opportunity cost is like a disciple. Having a blood token is good, but this just gets us back into where Media doesn't want to talk about the value of a freaking blood token. Like, why I want to talk about what good means in terms of mana is because, yes, a blood token is, quote, good. Is it good enough to make a 1/1 for 1 good? That's the question I have, and trying to have an honest debate about it feels like... All right, moving on. Let's stop talking blood. We want it to be. We want, like, if we really zoom in on this, I mean, we're going to play some non-creature spells, but Thalia into Taurens into creatures seems fine. This is not a super bomb in limited for sure. But with Torrens as our bomb, I think we want her. Hiveheart Shaman. Media, stop talking about blood. I want to be done with the discussion. I'm just going to get tilted. I'm not tilted now. Don't take me back there. Yeah, this card is fine. Even this is a 3/5 for 4, right? It tempts you to throw in some random off-color lands. Probably will. Rallier here is all we've got if we're not splashing. I'm not playing this. I mean, this draws a card, but you just don't generally have the time to do this unless you're trying to do aura synergies. Wilds. Ooh, we can just take a Hunter, though. Piercing Light. I don't think we want this. What do you think about Wilds versus Hunter? I think you like Grace too. Maybe I should read this more closely. This doesn't feel good to me. But maybe I'm not understanding that card right. Yeah, I think we need our first Hunter, right? Like, I would like a Wilds, especially because we could do a Hiveheart Shaman red splash with a Braid and the Bolt. But Hunter just seems like kind of what we want to do here. Toxic Scorp. I think we want over the Stalker because of 2-dropness and because of Wolf Strike. But Prof wants the Stalker. Anybody else have opinions? We got 12 seconds. Yeah, there's removal. Man, I'm gonna go with my gut. I know that this doesn't seem like the best card there, but for curve reasons and for our creature-based deck reasons, I like taking the creature there, and I'm happy to get a Spore Crawler here. Rural Recruit. We have some Go Wide going on. We can take another Spore back, but probably another Recruit for this deck. Yeah, I'm going to take another Recruit. Maybe. Well, with Torrens and now Thalia, I'm thinking we could, but maybe we don't need 3. I'll take a Lacerate here. Hey, infantry, I like to see. That's a great wheel. I'm trying to be creature heavy. I don't like these. How many Snarling Wolves does one play? I thought it was 0, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Hey, Kylo. Thanks for letting us know you're new and asking good questions. Wheel is slang for a card making it back, getting a second chance to draft a card. So typically you're talking about that in packs, in picks 1, 2, 3 range, where you're like, well, we could take this white card or this white card because we're in white. Which of these 2 white cards is most likely to still be here when it comes back around for pick 9 or pick 10? And sometimes you can see that, oh, you know what? Other people aren't going to be using Arm the Cathars. So even though we like it for our deck and could take it now, we might get a second shot at it. So let's try and wheel the Arm the Cathars. Hey, Samuel. Welcome. Yeah, the interesting thing about our pile here is, like, is it, I'm going to do it this way. Are we creature-based, sliding in just a handful of vitally important spells? Or should we not overthink that, not overthink this card and just say that, look, whenever you cast a creature spell, good news, limited decks have creature spells. You don't need to just, like, overdo it. It's gonna be good. That being said, if you can make it better, why not? So I think we start with the understanding that, you know, we're talking about at least a creature focus. I was saying, no, I was saying we could, at the time we were talking about wheeling, I was saying, no, do try to. We did, in fact. We were considering that this card was going to be, could be good for our deck, but I opted for a different white card in the pack because I felt this one might come around, and it did. All right, so then we know we want our, so then let's look at our, obviously we're playing this creature suite. Obviously. I think the rider is obviously, even though we're not, I'm not super sold on it. Obviously, Heron. I don't know about these ralliers and how good they are exactly. I don't know if we can do this. We'll have to take a look at our spells. I want this creature, definitely the Scorp, definitely a 2-drop, definitely Spore Crawling, and definitely Hunting, and at least, I'm going to say, at least one Recruit. I shouldn't have taken a third if there was some reasonable option, but I feel like we're at least playing one when we're trying to kind of go wide anyway. I say trying to go wide. Why are you trying to go wide, Ryan? What are you getting out of it? Well, we don't have a lot of team pump or any, so there wasn't there, like, so that's where Arm the Cathars comes in a little bit. Let's see. And then now we're going to get our important removal in, which is Wolf Strike, at least one imprisonment, Valorous Stance, and Retribution. And then we want, oh, you know, I think we probably play Heron as well. That should probably be in the deck. Kind of glossed over that one. And we can look at, what does this put us at creature count? So this is 15-4. I think we got to run the Arm. But then, is it possible to just go creatures from here and just, and then it's like, I'll put in these, so like here's creatures I'm considering for inclusion. Don't I have I don't have a knife in? Yeah, we want a knife. So then, yeah, I don't think we're doing this, right? Oh, we can look, but let's go Oracle counter and see. So this is the only thing caring about it. This puts counters on something, and then we'll do the same Oracle check with the stuff in our deck. And we just see we're not really, other than the Hiveheart Chomp, we're just not doing counters. +1/+1 counters. Oh, Train, though. I gotta look at Train, right? Sorry, that's not fair. Gotta look at Train. Interesting. Would this counter work? Maybe I shouldn't use the S. If I, you know, because you know that the help text of training is going to have the word counter in it, right? Like if we look at training, whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. I'm very surprised that the Oracle text search doesn't search the parenthetical rules text. Yeah, I guess maybe that's Oracle. Like, is there something besides Oracle? I mean, I should be able to search reminder text. I mean, like, if I'm trying to find what my synergies are, like, I don't, gang, I don't care. Hear me. I'm a user. I'm right. I'm the user. I'm right. What I want it to do is help me build my deck. I don't give a flying F what the technical definition of Oracle blah, 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 blah is. I want the tools in the game to help me play the game better and more efficiently. Okay? So technically it matters, but so does the user experience. All right? So hear me. And help me make a cut. What are we cutting? Snarling, this is my choice. Right now, this deck is a 18-6, which I think is kind of correct. We really only use the best spells. Oh, sorry. Yep. Let me get out of my scolding view and back into this one. And you know, it's not like, I'm also not suggesting that you just blithely ignore the literal definition of Magic terms in your user experience. I'm saying you solve that problem, right? I have a problem. My users want this tool to do this. My literal game rules terms don't quite mesh. What is our design solution for that? My design solution for this deck is to ask you all what we're cutting. So this is a poll to make final cut. You can name your candidates. I'm going to name some obvious stuff over here on the right. Snarl, Rallier, and Rural. Those are the 3 that I floated. If somebody wants to suggest something else over here, or if somebody thinks something we're not running really belongs in. I was thinking not, yeah. We're running 1. I hate this thing. You know, this is where maybe can I get a team Media? Like Media and I bash heads so often, but like, I can't believe that. Like, let me ask: if Media thinks we should play the second imprisonment, I will. How about that, Media? Where are we on 2 imprisonments when we're like also? I hate this card. But if Media would run, then okay, so then we need 2 cuts. Can I cut this wolf? I don't like the wolf. Are they necessary evil though when we have one? We have a valorous stance, we have a fierce retribution, we have 1 imprisonment already, we have a wolf strike, and we're running Thalia. Those are the kinds of things. What, this one? No, you run things for science when things aren't clear. But well, we were going to look at training. I got into the whole let's look at our training. I got derailed from actually assessing whether or not we can do that. And again, yeah, these make training tokens, but you see that we just don't have enough training either. There's just not enough not enough payoffs for that. So we're definitely not running that rare. And now I'm on, so then are we cutting? I'm cutting the Snarl then, and I think it's Rallier or the rural farmer, rural recruit, unless there's something else. Yeah, we could put Spore back over here, but I kind of like our thickness there. I don't love cutting 2s, honestly. I can add it though. What are we calling this? Oh, wolf. Yeah, wolf for Spore back. After all that, Rob, are you seriously trying to tell me the definition of Oracle? Whew. Rob and Media. One punches me, I turn to look at the other, and I get punched on the other side. Yeah, Rob, go back in the VOD and find the part where I'm in soapbox mode and go listen to that. All right, sorry. I'm also, though, taking too long. I'll make a very quick cut. Let's cut one of these and play. And I'm Always Right is the name of the deck. And that's a reference to my status as a user. And what I mean by that is the user is always right if the user is expressing how the experience is making them feel. The user is never wrong if they're telling you how the experience is making them feel. And then it's up to you as a designer to figure out how to respond to those feels. I don't even know what meme you want, Rob. Lol ass? Lol. You want to laugh at my ass? You wouldn't be the first. Well, Rob's just clearing his throat at me and not actually telling me what meme he wants, so I get to pick. There you go. Complete. Oh, I missed it. If he corrected it in the poll, then I do owe it to him. Here you go. I was going to punish you, but it sounds like chat has your back.
You don't need double talk. You need blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. No habla español.
Look, he didn't answer when I asked personally. And I'm always right, as we've established. All right, let's do this. How do you think we're going to do? I like this start. Check that out. Nice curve out. And you're right as well. Let's go Twin Blade. Well, let's see. What's it cost to equip this? 2. It's 2 to equip. I guess this is still the better creature, so we'll go for it. And we might be able to go Twin Blade into Crawler into Wolf plus Equip on 4. That seems like a good sequence. Everybody is seeing the reverse of Tog start out too, right? Now I don't know what we're talking about again. Well, that's suspicious. Oh, no, they got the onboard pump. Never mind. Go ahead, pump. Have Wolf Strike up. We could attack, and then even Wolf Strike doesn't quite do it because I only have a power of 1. I'm just trying to figure out if there's an attack here without equipping the knife. Obviously, there is if we equip, but I don't want to take a turn off for that. Kind of like Spore Crawler being prepared to block so that we can give 2 chances at drawing our 4th land. So I'm going to do that, and then hold the Geist back for now. All right, we found our 4th. So we have equipped knife and 2 points of first strike. It's still a trade here. So maybe this turn is equip knife wolf, and then next turn is attack with wolf strike available. Tron likes equip and send. I mean, I guess we don't mind if this dies. We get a quick crawler, and that definitely has attacks. Maybe that's the... I want to get... I'm thinking we want this knife on the Geist long term, and I don't like spending a lot of my early mana moving a piece of equipment around. That's my concern there. But I do like maximizing my mana spend here with equip and wolf. If I don't do that, then I've lost mana that way. So I'm going to let this timer go as I think about this. Also, I want the crawler to die anyway. I kind of want them both to die. I'm going to equip and wolf, but I think not attack. I don't want to trade my Geist for the guest right now. Catapult fodder. Card has flipped, and just like that, they can start chucking stuff. We've got Wolf Strike available now. Is that going to give us attacks into the captain? I suppose it does if we're willing to give up the Geist to the captain. And if we were to attack here, and like almost any block, we can Wolf Strike to... I think basically if we're willing to 2-for-1 ourselves here, and it's not really like... Actually, we can send both of these, have a Wolf Strike option that doesn't even make it a 2-for-1, because this draws a card and this becomes a second card. So if we lose either of these to that action, that's okay. So I think I'm going to attack here, knowing that I'm okay with losing these 2 cards, and that punching with the 3/2 is going to allow us to be happy with the result. Okay, I'm happy with this result. Really happy with this result, actually. Double blood. And we'll do this. Yeah, what's the front side? Catapult captain. Could move the knife. But again, do I want to spend next turn moving it back? If it's not where... No, I like it there. We're gonna leave it on the bleed. That's the card I was expecting. Of course, when you see this. Dang it. Oppo likes big butts, and it's gonna hurt. Now we got a double block here and try to 1-for-1. We'll do it on the guest. Arstall, it's only a legit strat against me. When I attempt to deploy this strat, it is as illegitimate as fits chivalry. Sorry, I just finished a book. Anybody who here recommended the Robin Hobb series? I just finished it. So now We have infantry and wolf strike. And I'm wondering what we can get away with here. How do we beat this lumber knot and these big beasties? Do we need to stay back? We can just, I mean, I can infantry. We're not going to loot any of these away right now. I think we just have to stay back on D and between wolf strike and blocking. Oh yeah, I guess we could equip. That's true. Should I move? Should I set up for that? We could set up for that by moving. We're at 9 though. I don't know if we can take a turn to like move the equipment and be able to wolf strike the 4/4, but maybe we yeah, that's true. I guess we could move it there and then threaten the block on the knot. But we're gonna, what do we do about this? We could chump the infantry and just get this in the yard. Or chump even with this and get it in the yard. Yeah, I guess that gives us a chance. It gives us an answer to what are we doing about the lumber knot next attack and what are we doing about the lumber knot next turn. So at least we have an answer to those two questions now.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I think it's the most misquoted movie quote since Play It Again, Sam. Which was never said in that movie. That's up there. All right. We got there. So, yeah, well, they're going to dome us. Should we, if we assume they're going to do that, do we wait until they do? That doesn't matter. I'm overthinking it. But if they go, because, yeah, they get to chuck this no matter what, right? Or are we at 1? How are we at 1? Sure. Oh, you're just looking at untap expectations. Yes. So lumber knot plus. Well, so then what we can do, though, is if they're going to activate this at end of turn, we do this in response to that activation. And then they lose one creature, and then we kill this one as well. If we act first, they get to go, oh, instead of this, I'm going to use this. Instead of this other fodder, I'm going to use this. So I think we, and if they don't want to do that, Captain, we're happy about that as well. So I think we let them act first. Yeah, that's what I mean. Look, what do you know? The aura-based removal sucks. That's what we were talking about and why I was initially not going to play the second one. Everybody in chat was telling me, no, you got to play it. So here we are with the sucky removal. We could even pitch it if we wanted. And are we still like 4... If they would pitch this on their turn, it would be better. But if they're going to give it to us, I think we just pass. See, do we even keep this around? Like, if I play this on anything, all we're doing is saying use it. I mean, I guess we can put it on the captain. It can't self-sack, and that would allow us to start attacking. Yeah. Like, that's the thing. So, as Alexis said, we can play it on the 2/6 and then remove it next turn. And I guess that is a plan. It's better than letting this thing sit around and get us from 7 to 0, right? I mean, we got to do it. So I'm not going to cycle the aura. We have to deal with the 2/6 eventually, right? That's what Alexis is saying, and I agree with. So it's bad, but this, at least, the main thing is they can't self-sacrifice the catapult. So we got to do this. And it means we can maybe find some attacks. Yeah, let's send this, and then we have chumps behind. I don't even like move knife. I think this is fine. Let's make this trade. Draw a card, and then move the knife. Oh yeah, see, we need to gain some life here. So, yeah, now we have, like, how do we gain life on 1 mana, though? I think we're just dead. We are dead because this removal sucks. I shouldn't have, like, I didn't really think it through and should have, because if we had thought through that this removal is so sucky we were going to lose anyway, I wouldn't have done this. I would have pitched it looking for Valorous Stance. Valorous Stance would have been an out we could have hunted for. As it is now, I'm checking to see if we have life gain of any kind that saves us. And the answer is no. Magic's hard. Look at us missing stuff. It's all right. But yeah, let's see. Let's do this now just to... And look, there it is. How about that, gang? Magic is hard. We had the out on top. Came up with a master plan that was actually a plan for my grave. Boy, it's painful, but it is... I would rather... I mean, that's just me recognizing that I missed something and Magic is hard, which is a lot less tilting for me, actually, than just losing to bad cards. If I had been playing a decent deck and playing it decently well, and Oppo plays some card I consider D- unplayable territory and beats me with it, that sends me... That can ruin my day if I'm not careful about it. Losing because Magic is hard and I miss something, that's how far into the decision tree my brain sees, and I got to live with that. I'm not going to beat myself up over Magic being hard. But I'll be a salty little jerk if you beat me with a bad card. Cool creature curve out if we can get a little bit of extra land going with this one. Nice. Extra land acquired. Since we're doing nothing but creatures for the foreseeable future, let's start with our rare and... I mean, Oppo's likely to just be playing creatures as well, but you never know. And then, of course, the first strike just makes for good attacks anyway. Blood Servitor would be frustrating, but I can see how someone would be put into a position where they felt that that was the best card they had available. I'm talking like, let's see if I can find a card that I'm talking about being that bad. But it would be like the equivalent of like the activated bear from the last set. You know, the 2-mana 4/4 bear with 2-mana activation. Like losing to that type of card is what tilts me. Distracting Geist to keep the attacks going makes sense to me here. Serpent Trick, you don't really lose to. Serpent Trick is a trick. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a combat trick. It's not great, but it's blue. So it's a blue combat trick that you try not to play. But if you got a bunch of small stuff, making your 1/1s at 5/5 could be worse. Interesting. Too bad we don't have an extra white, because I would love to go Minister Twinblade here. As it is, we're gonna crack in, see if they've got anything. Probably just drop the rider. Oh no, I guess we go. Yeah, what do we drop? Well, let's start with an attack. Certainly want to attack, especially with the Wolf Strike available. Oh yeah, you're right, it's not available. My own rare makes that not available. But let's get... I like just getting in the air here with the rider, because if I play anything else, I'm not using all my mana. Yes, Arstall, I think that's a great example, because I lost to that last night and was wildly tilted. I lost to one of the gown cards on, like, a lifelinker. I'm just like, damn it, what, you gotta be kidding me. Well, imprisonment can't be cast again because of our own rare. We're just... this hand was beautiful. And I got one of the lands I asked for, but then it kind of petered out. Yeah. Gonna be great to have Alexis shredding. It's just like working at Wizards. I just need Chris Kelly in here also shredding me. And then it'll be just like 2017, you know? I think we need to play the Minister because it actually sets something up for next turn. Right? Was it not? Deal with it, Alexis. Oh yeah, we get to tap that down. Cool. Geist is good-ish. Alexis acting like the current state of affairs in my game or my life is going to affect my ability to complain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we pump up the Geist and they don't have anything, we should get there. That represents lethal. Let's see if they've got anything. I guess we put it on Thalia. Let's increase the first strike it. I do have strike now, yep. And it is +2. But let's try to do it without needing the strike, right? Because I think they got something. So I'm gonna put a pump on Thalia. There we go. So let's go full control just to make sure here. That was fun magic. There were no bombs. Thalia was interesting, but not a bomb. We played some cards, we interacted, we raced a bit. The game ended. Just thought, since we're so bomb sensitive in this format, thought I'd observe that that was just a game of Magic. Thanks for that sub, Bluff City. Much appreciated. I didn't hear the sub song. Let me give you at least the old celebration here.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
noticeable gap in our curve at 2, and really not a creature at 3, but with a nice mix of lands and spells in both our colors, I think this is a keep. Hey, a nice curve filler. Thank you, Magic Gods. Did you just want Rat Burglar? I don't know what you want, Tron. What meme are we talking about? I mean, I can do my best Flavor Flav. Don't believe the hype. Ugh. You don't want that. It's a theory, Alexis. It would... I'm not sure it would be a level up. It would be something. Nice attack on the wolf. We can minister it up for extras, and then drop Crawler to threaten the trade. Yeah, I like that over... I just want to use all the mana here. Maybe I don't even remember which song that's used in. You'll have to come up with it. I don't know where we use that. In the 500 memes I have stored in the archives here. I'm just debating the Crawler trade, but I think with our hand, and the Cathars especially, I'd rather just race here. So I'm not going to block. Cathars might be what we do next turn, although I want the Twin Blade Geist down first. Oh, here, I want to give you... I keep forgetting to use this because it's not for an actual card. It's for the blood mechanic. I'll give you one I should have already played for you but haven't, which is the... And this actually uses a song from my daughter's favorite band. So I really should. Here it is.
Sometimes you gotta bleed to know.
Bleed to know. Get it? Bleed to know? Clever. Hey, it's a land. Let's do it. Can't use all our mana here. I'm going to go with the racing play of pumping up the wolf, sending in, and then dropping the Geist ahead of, hopefully, Cathars for a gazillion. Uh-oh, that's a card. If you're not memeing, you're not living. That's a perspective. So, if we're not arming, Oppo's not living, something like that. Let's see. So, we want to make a 4/4 Twin Blade Geist. We don't have any training, so it doesn't really matter. We just want to get, like, if everything's 4 power, I guess if what we want, though, is instances of 5 power, if we want to really threaten this thing. But we can also imprison it. We can just imprison the pack and get in as well. Maybe I'm overthinking that. Because we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. If we just imprison the child. But they also don't have great blocks if we arm though, and they get and we get vigilance. And I can throw an extra point of power here. Except it's not, it's close, right? But not quite. I mean, we can pump 1 power, but we get... Oh, yeah, 4, 4, 4. So we go 4, right, thank you. 4, that's 3, 2... Except that doesn't work, right? Well, here, I'm going to do this. I was sorry, I didn't get quite to do the math properly, and I was out of hourglasses. So at that point, you just got to do it. And I did it. And we're going to go... This gets it anyway, so let's turn this... I'm going to do it like this. This is my plan. I wish I had had more time to think that out better than I did. I'm almost certain that wasn't the correct combination of Minister and Arm, but it was certainly better than letting my Hourglass expire. Yeah, that was my mistake. I was trying to, in my head, I was being obtuse about +3/+3 on the double striker because it's just the most, like, you just love getting your double strikers as big as possible. And my head couldn't let go of that. It worked out okay, but like I said, it wasn't ideal, but it was okay given the circumstances. And now at 15-3 with some flyers, and then without any air support, really it's a turn away from the Heron just taking this thing. And we're just going to play to that. Or we can even just do the Geist. And then I guess, let's do Geist, because if they kill that, we get to bring it back. I guess it doesn't even matter. I'm overthinking. The only thing that matters is there anything left over to do with the mana? There isn't. I'm not going to even bother trying to get into this. We're just going to try to get it in the air here. But yeah, this is the most mana we can spend and present a lethal threat in the air, so that's what I'm going to do. I might as well gain some life here if we're not going to block with the Minister. I've left a bunch of memes on. It's going to be free memes all over. They're getting some life there, so not fully lethal here. But let's see, we can get in. Yeah, we got enough going on the ground that we don't have it there, so we're just going to add the Heron to the air, and we got 2 Herons here. We're going to add another Heron to the air and try to get this one in for 4 right now. All right, see you, Alexis. Thanks for hanging. 7 mana, can't quite 2-spell this, and I think we just want the Heron still. Oh, we can 2-spell if I imprison. Do we want to imprison? I guess we can imprison the... I just noticed they had 2 children. What do you want? Should we just take one of these children out of the picture? Although, really... Yeah, they're still the kind of the best thing here. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so we need this anyway. I barely noticed that clause. Let's do this. That makes some sense, PD, but if we want this ready, that makes some sense too. But you're right, if they drop a reach creature, I'll feel pretty silly. So I like your point. We could get to the place where we're sending the Twin Blade, or even, like, if they're going to do this, we block with the Twin Blade. And then throw the double strike on the Heron, and then we present lethal. I suppose I could have tried to trade. I just wanted this dead. That's all I was thinking about. And there you go. All right. I thought I heard my wife upstairs, but I think it was just my daughter. Funny how your family members can start sounding the same. Oh, that was a trade. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it, Mike. I was just like, I just want this dead. I don't care if it trades or not. But we got it. No white, but we got our bomb. I'm going to keep this on the draw and give us a chance to find some planes. And in the meantime, we got Spore back, so even got to play on 2 regardless. Now we got to play on 3. Not the play we want on 3, but still have a chance. Oh, Forest is a tease draw, though. We really don't want any more Forests. Come on, Magic Gods. One time! We haven't even done this thing yet. As I say, I'm happiest when my deck gets to do its thing at some point. And really, this deck's thing is Torrens. Scorp it up. At least it's something. Yeah, I'm in for Trick or Hypnotist here. All right, we got our planes. Now, boy, if we had another green 2-drop, you could make a case for Heron here and then Torrens for an assured creature next turn. Honestly, if I play Torrens against a red-black deck, I'm honestly not expecting it to live. So do we really want to do that? Or do we want to, we could run the Heron out and maybe we find a 2-drop or a Plains, which would let us go Torrens Geist. I really feel like I'm going to, Mike wants Torrens now. Anybody want to bet? Like, what are the chances we untap with Torrens if we cast Torrens right now? I think it's below 50% that we untap with it. And that makes me not want to risk it. So I'm going to go with my gut, Mike, and play the Heron right now. But I'm not sure. Because the other thing, the reason that I can't speak for Mike, but the thing pulling me to Torrens is, look, what are you doing with this if you're not sequencing it ahead of your creatures, right? Like, that's its job. But at the same time, if we can set it up to potentially... And I think if this were a green 2-drop, it would be no-brainer for me. The only reason it wasn't no-brainer is that we're not guaranteed to pull this off next turn. So we may still be running this out to risk next turn anyway. All right, that being said, let's see if they pick off our Heron of Hope, which is a pretty scary card for the Vampires deck. It's looking to be aggressive and get you dead, and this just says, you're not going to get us dead, we're going to gain a ton of life, so kill this or your strategy doesn't work. Yeah, so we're on roughly the same page, at least, Mike, in terms of where I was feeling, I don't know about this, right? But it's not just the chance to double spell with Tauren's next turn, Mike. It's the chance they expend their removal on the Heron here. That's one of the reasons I decided to go with this play. But I'm going to say no blocks here and rely on the fallback race plan of the lifelink helping us in a race. Yeah, so we certainly didn't get there on Tauren's getting some fodder here, getting some action here, or Heron getting destroyed. But now I at least like that we play Tauren's. If they kill it, we have pretty nice follow-ups for the next few turns. But yeah, we can swing first and then drop the bomb and see if we untap with it. And if they just snap it off without like using a blood token or anything, it probably means they were just very disciplined about their removal.
And death.
Heron of Hope was not enough to draw out their removal, and they got our bomb. But like I said, we got good action behind, so we made them have to have it. They did. But it was just a bummer. This is still an interesting and close game of Magic here. Huge draw. Now we know we get some life back out of the Hunter. In fact, I'm just going to do that now. Let's get 4 life back and get a huge blocker on the ground. Oh, actually, it's going to be more than that, right? So we're going to get 5 life back. Love it. One mana causing a pause here for Oppo with no on-board explanation says that this is the Feign Death reprint. So let's keep that in mind. And I'll send the Heron. Well, we can keep it. Yeah, I guess we need to. The Wolf doesn't have good attacks. I mean, they just block with a Dancer, but the Heron does. So I'm going to send the Heron and then see about defending with our 2 ground creatures. More removal incoming for Hunter. Somebody wants to deliver us something, no doubt. Yeah, this seems like... I mean, did they just want more blood? I'm assuming this is a Feign Death thing here, but I'm going to call them on that. They can have that 2/2 Epicure. Seven mana means we can play the land and dump the hand. I like that. It means we can't activate the Heron of Hope. If we thought that was more important, we could do that. But I kind of like two creatures, send the Heron. You think you... But my thinking, Mike, is that we go ahead and block with this, and then next turn we get double strike Heron of Hope plus lifelink, hitting twice for the +1, right? That seems great. We just need to survive, and at 10, I think we can do that. So I'm going to go with, again, I'm going to go with my gut here and set up for Scary Heron next turn. Do they have 12 damage on board through 3 creatures? that we intend to block with? Make M have it.
Sometimes you gotta bleed to know.
Well, it surely said that they're like, geez, that's trouble. How do I'm not sure how we win through what Oppo just did. I'd better rummage, right? Yeah, I didn't even attack. Now I like both flyers gain 3. Yeah, they might have a removal in hand. If I attacked with both flyers and they killed like our life linker and left us at 10 with only 2 blockers and then killed something else, it could be trouble. But I still think it's real tough for them to win through that. So I'm going to attack both flyers and again, make them have it. I don't know. Good question. You can do the check here, but regardless. And now we're presenting lethal next turn, so seems pretty good. Still can't really attack. If we can send that Twin Blade to the graveyard, they're dead on crackback. Hey, look, we can pay 8 mana to get rid of the scariest thing over there. Probably the Socialite, not the Trampler. If we imprison the Socialite, it does become forced blocks here. And they don't have a... Yeah, so let's just imprison the Socialite and then send... Gosh, we could send the team. I really don't mind if they block the Geist again. They could Dancer the Geist and it dies, but then they have to chump with the Epicure and the Socialite's gone. So then they just have Deadly Dancer and that's it. And then we have a dead Geist that we get to put on one of the remaining things. I think that's totally worth it. So I'm going to do that. You don't like suiciding the 1/1? That's true. I guess we can leave it back on D and use it that way if needed. Hopefully just exploding Planeswalker here anyway. Thanks, Samuel. Dinner for the drunk GF. You're a good man. Sounds great. Ciao, baby. Well, we opened on a loss, but have rolled a bit since. We actually got to resolve our big bomb there. It was immediately managed, but we did pull their removal out of hand, and that allowed our backup plans to get there. Kind of an ugly opener here, but I can't throw it back with the Minister and some removal. We'll get... I guess I'm asking... The scary thing is that I need, like... Getting green cards without a forest would be rough. But... I'm going to keep it. Yeah, on the draw was pretty key there. If we were on the play, I think I'd throw it back. All right, deck. Any land will do, but please top us a land. I'll take a plains if that's what you've got, but... All right. I'm in. I can go Rallier here and be ready to trade it off. What's this? At the beginning of your end step. I've never seen this card. Create a 1/1 red human creature token. Then if you control exactly 13 permanents, you may sacrifice this. When you do, it deals 7 damage to any target. So mainly it's just a creature spitter. Seems fine. I will take the trade here, though. Hey... Sun was looking for something there. All right, well, if you're not going to give us any green cards, I'll accept the ongoing plane acquisitions here. Getting a Heron going in the air could allow us to defeat this non-stop flow of humans. Oh yeah, you can just keep getting humans. Yeah, that seems better. Well, I believe you, Oppo. Or certainly I'm not going to put my Heron of Hope at risk. Maybe Valorous Stance, Imprisonment. Yeah, a little edge optimization there from Rob. What do you like? Valor Stance, Imprisonment, or just get Heron down? Probably Heron is okay here. But 1720... Could also imprison the Celebrants and just gain some life. But yeah, holding up Indestructible doesn't suck either. I guess at 1720 we have some time. But do we need to stay back? If I'm not going to gain life, I think I should threaten the humans, right? So I'm going to say no attacks. But, ugh. Yeah, now if they send the Weaver, I can at least block and call their bluff with the Valorous Stance at the ready. Uh-oh. Let's get real. But not for a while. Yeah, I mean, they're past the 13, right? So they have to do some navigate. I guess they could double sack their blood or something. But I'm kind like I'm in that mode of like I should just scoop if I'm not going to figure out what my plan is. But right now I just feel like we're so behind. We're just going to lose this game, and it's making me lose my focus. So, what's the plan, Ryan? How do you win this game despite this tough situation? Because we don't have anything. The uprising is never going away. It really is about somehow getting there in the air. It's just that I think we're almost already too late for that. But for now, like, I need to add another creature on board, which means I can't really attack for lifelink right now. So I'm going to do this. He shields down on our Valorous stance, but this is exactly why I just think we are in a kind of a 3%er type situation in terms of chances of winning this game. And that's a vague 3% that I don't even know exactly how that works, Ryan. How do you get to 3%? I don't even know that it's that. I need this to be the Pegasus where it got Vigilance as well. If I could go Theros Beyond Death Peggy and get 2/3 lifelink Vigilance, we could have a chance. You don't think it's that bad? Really? How are we winning? Then what's your plan? Like, what's your plan, PD? Lock down the 3/2 and swing for 5 with 3 life back. But then they get to crack in for just way more than that. I guess that's true. We got to try and make these this 5 damage a turn do something. I mean, is there any? There's nothing else. And imprisoning the crawler does keep the day-night flip. I like Mike's line. But I think Mike does have the only way we win this, which is to successfully connect with these 2 creatures 3 more times while drawing the tools to survive all of this. It's possible.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
We have blood creation with these imprisonments and enough mana to cast. Like, I'm gonna hold here. Yeah, I should have now, especially since I got auto tapped. I'm gonna hold. But if I had not let auto tap screw me, I'd play this and hold up the stance. Yeah, I just got auto tapped. Didn't think about it though. Nobody gets auto tapped at this point but you. We're getting manually tapped here, and it's rough. So, I mean, well, all right. So we go infantry, chump, throw this onto the Heron, and we can gain more. I think this is just silly, though. I think we're beyond mostly and into, like, dead realms. I mean, yeah, we can exile the expert. Does that win us target game? I just don't think so. Sure, let's do it. Or not, it's just destroy, not exile. I think we still probably need to send in for lifelink. Or is there something better to block with? Kind of, if we attack, we gain 3. If we stay back to block, we basically gain 2. You think we swing for 5? Well, let me do the math then. So we're going to be at 11 and 10, and we chump or block the biggest thing, block something with 2 power, so we get 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I guess we're not dead. I'm gonna leave the 3 back because it threatens to actually eat 2/2s, two powered creatures, which is good for us. I don't know. Yeah, Wolf chucks some damage at us based on wolf count, but they don't actually have a big wolf count. They only got the 2. So it's not that bad. That's pretty bad. Nonetheless, they didn't attack and we're not stone dead. How are we even living? Yeah, it's pretty bad for us when it flips to night, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, good point. Let's do that. Although I should have done that before I activated the lifelink. Yeah, because now we have nothing. It's gonna be pretty slim, but let's... I mean, there's not really anything to draw. Get a knife. Retribution, maybe. Well, if I hadn't activated the Heron, we'd have 2 mana available, and there were some plays, but nothing that saves us. But if they're not going to attack, yeah, maybe they won't attack again. Who knows? Let's see. Yeah, right, I had to discard the land. So, 1 mana Ceremonial Knife is the only thing in the library. I think we got this. What? That was a lot of losing. I spent most of the time losing that game. Just very, very slowly. Oh man, I tried a different scanning tool for my intake process and it screwed me. I had a data loss crash that took me back to the frickin' 90s. Heck, the 80s. Ugh, I lost like... I had scanned probably 500 cards. How many is that? However many this is. Here, I'll show you. This is however many this is how many cards that I've had to rescan because of my data loss. Ugh. I want to talk to Alexis about her pipeline because I hate mine right now, I'll tell you that. This is a good keep. Is it a good keep? It's a keep. Let me fix my cam here. Yeah, that whole sorting tray is now, I'm redoing it. Because basically, it was like, upload your list? Okay, upload my list. Okay, we've uploaded your list and killed your list. Okay, where did it go? It didn't make it. So it like killed my list. Ugh. That's all right. I've eliminated that. I'm not using that software. I have a different plan that I like from here. I don't think it meant to do that. There was just something like, it felt like a bug that wasn't understood or like bad fail safes. It was not working as designed, but it didn't have a good fail safe for when not working by design. All right, how about Rider here, and then next turn we probably just play the Shaman. This is funny. Maybe we're supposed to include a random off-color basic just to make slightly bigger insects. But again, this is just playable as a 3/5 for 4. But yeah, I was stunned that I got worked over by that. Are you just all within? Are you just using all TCG player tools? I guess that's my question for you, Alexis. Are you like within? Are you doing TCG Pro and all within that, or are you using tools outside of your platform? Because I'm kind of at this point shrugging, being like, "Fine, TCG, you win. I'm just going to use your tools." Yeah, but I figured you have the capability of making custom tools. I really don't. You know, with Retribution setting up a pretty good crackback and infantry growing the rider and then dying into an enchantment for the flyer, I think I like equip knife, send in, see if they want to block, and if not, we get fierce retribution. Regardless, we get fierce retribution on the crackback. I'm going to do that. Yeah, well, even just the name. So TCG sort, is that something I should look up? I'll do that. Thanks. Today I learned what ceremonial knife does. This is literally the first time I've ever had a knife on a creature that engaged in creature versus creature combat. I thought it was Saboteur. Shut up. This is not a reading stream.
Oh no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
Well, if it's a tell, let him not attack, right? I'm cool with that too. I'm gonna get rid of the Catgeist as I don't want him to draw extra cards. Although they might here. They got a lot of open mana. Maybe this gets countered or hexproofed. That I like the hexproof aura with the Catgeist. I kind of feel that a little bit here because it would be bad. So of course I expect it. Gotta love those square brackets in the Magic rules. Oh, such an elegant way to do kicker. Kills me every time I see it. Wandering Mind. Threatening us in the air. I guess we go with the cat, like... We could imprison this as well. We could go imprison and equip knife. Kind of almost want to imprison this thing, though. Although Griff Rider trading... Are we okay with Griff Rider trading with the mind? What did they draw? Let's lacerate flesh. That's tough. Rob just wants the hair on. It does... At least threaten some stuff. Yeah. I think that's why Rob likes the Heron too. This also could do that job, but this does the job in the air and uses up all of our mana. All right. Let's do that and stay back. What do I have preferred? I would prefer that just yet another variation of a very well understood mechanic kicker not be executed with something as inelegant as, here's some square brackets. We are literally saying in our Oracle text, just remove the text in square bracket. Like, it's inelegant to have square brackets referenced in your frickin' official comp rules. That's what I'm saying. So we block the Catgeist here and try to survive after that. I think we just try to get this. I don't know. This is all looking bad for us, but I'm going to do this. And we can now go Shaman, Equip, or, yeah, really our 2 spell is just one of these things and Equip. We could, can we do this yet? Enchantment? We don't have an enchantment yet. Okay, well, if we do, we would if we did this, but we can't all do that now. Yeah, is it? I'm not even necessarily going to use it right now, though. So, Shaman, and I'll put it down here, I suppose. I'm staying back, and we're going to block in the air, if given the chance. It's kind of a variation of Overload, right? Overload did the replacement thing. You know, if you pay more, do this instead. But yeah, I'm just not into the brackets.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
7 mana is interesting. We can now imprison and do one of these. Even the making some extra flyers. With these 2/1 flyers and us at 7, I like imprisoning the Geist, leaving it on board so that it doesn't come and turn into removal against our other stuff, and then making flyer blockers here. And then we can actually do some attacking, I think. Although we don't want to let him Catgeist for nonsense, but this doesn't add power and toughness, right? I think this is right. Oh, is this getting countered? I mean, they got... the blood explains the pause, so I just thought maybe. But yeah, let's do this. Question is, I should have figured out my attack first, but I'm just at low time, playing a little quickly. And now, at the wrong time, deciding if I'm going to attack or not. And I can with this. It can't block these on the... It's a ground creature that can't block these anyway, and they don't have the damage to kill it. So, let's send. Let's shuffle our library. Can actually just start pumping out Hive Hearts. This is so medium in this deck in terms of a 6-mana activation that I haven't really thought about that much, but if we can maintain in the air here against these 2 flyers, and this goes a little longer, spitting out some stuff could matter. Uh-oh, it's a rare. Are we dead? Oh, it's a mythic. We must be super dead. Menace Haste, whenever it attacks, deals 1... Alright then. Alright then. Hey everybody, we're done. This isn't as absurd as some things we've seen, but this isn't variance chess, but we had a good game that suddenly ended. All right, then. Well, that was a tough game, and we found some lines to stay in it and got a little aggressive and didn't really play around haste, but I mean, it's one thing that it happened to be like a rare haste. I'm just trying to figure out if I was supposed to, because it was red, play around haste just because. Like, it could be at the lower rarities. But I think we had to take some chances there as well. And I generally liked our lines. I don't know. Maybe there were better ones, but we were doing our best with a tough spot there. Pulled into a 3-3 finish. I don't know. I'm mostly sad because, as I say, when I head into a draft and it's got something cool in it, mostly I just want to do the cool thing. You know, you can give me 1 win, give me 2 wins, but let me win with the sweet rare that I drafted and kind of built my deck around. We resolved Torrens once. Torrens was snapped off like before Oppo even untapped, and that was it. That's all we ever saw. Would still really like to play with this card in Limited and make it work, but it'll have to be for another time. And Rob wants 1 more draft, but it will have to be another time. I need to go get my turkey brine ready. I'm going to do a cranberry apple brine. And I got to get that going. So, you know, do my Thanksgiving chores ahead of the big day. And get on that. So anyway, let me hop back to this view and say goodbye to YouTube. Hey, thanks, YouTube friends. This will probably catch you after Thanksgiving, but for you Americans out there who are celebrating it, hope you had a good one. And we will catch you after the holiday. I'll be back on Monday. Bye.